Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I wanted to do something a little bit different and basically talk about how some of the biggest UFC fighters have completely glowed up since their debuts in the octagon. I know most fight fans just want to sit back and watch highlight reels from their favorite fighters, but really, have you noticed how some of your favorite UFC fighters have completely changed in the mirror as well? I'm talking huge physical transformations, whether that's muscle gain, weight gain, tattoos, or crazy hairstyles. So I'm going to start with some of the bigger transformations first. So my first fighter is going to be the one and only Conor McGregor. Here is Conor on his UFC debut in 2013. And here is Conor in his most recent fight against Dustin Poirier at UFC 264. And here is a picture of how Conor McGregor is looking nowadays. So I'm actually just going to go into Google and YouTube for each fighter and find some clips of how they looked then and how they look now. So yeah, Conor McGregor made his UFC debut on April 6, 2013. And here are some pictures of what Conor McGregor looked like at the time. So we can see that Conor McGregor had more of a mohawk hairstyle back then. And I know that in 2013, having mohawk hair was the thing. Literally everybody had that mohawk hairstyle and it was like the coolest thing to have. Yeah, you can see a better picture of it here. And you know what? It does really suit Conor McGregor. He definitely had the face that goes well with a mohawk. Conor McGregor in 2013 was definitely more lean to what he is now in 2024. And as time went on, we know that Conor McGregor did move over to the lightweight division. He did put on a fair bit of muscle, and in more recent times in 2024, everyone has been talking about how Conor McGregor has gained so much muscle, which is really noticeable, especially in the new movie he did with Jake Gyllenhaal, Roadhouse. And it's clear as well that Conor McGregor had so many tattoos. As his name McGregor got big, for him it was only clear that he got it tattooed on himself. I believe he's got like a tattoo of a tiger and then also like a big gorilla piece on his chest. Conor McGregor has always had facial hair as well. I think he has a bit more of a beard now. And I think in 2024, he's kind of going to and from having like a completely shaved hair to having shorter hair as well. So guys, what do you think of Conor McGregor's glow up and transformation over the years? Of course, it's only right now that I talk about UFC Hall of Famer Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. So it says here, Khabib Nurmagomedov made his debut in 2012, and I believe he was 23 at the time, so he was really young. And let's see what Khabib looked like at the time. So yeah, we've got this clip here, which is quite famous and it's definitely been all over the internet and it is quite viral, I'd say. And it's Khabib walking out for his UFC debut. In his walkout here, you can just see how eager and excited Khabib is, and he really does look so young in the face. In this clip as well, Khabib is wearing a traditional hat from Dagestan. And it's always been like a signature part of his look while in the UFC, and he really hasn't changed much. So here we have Khabib at UFC 254 for his fight against Justin Gaethje, which we all know was the fight in which he unfortunately retired. But we can see here that clearly Khabib did put on a lot of muscle, he's got more definition, and really he hasn't aged much at all. I think he pretty much looks the same, but he has got slightly longer hair and a slightly longer beard. Khabib Nurmagomedov definitely made a commitment to himself to stay really disciplined, to stay really grounded, and also remain really humble. And I think that definitely played a factor into how he remained so humble and simple himself physically. Clearly for Khabib, it's never been about the looks. So for Khabib, it's completely just about how he performed in the octagon. If we look at some images of Khabib on his Instagram today, he honestly looks pretty much the same. Of course, he does look more mature. He has gained some weight and muscle. And it's clear that he really hasn't aged much at all. He could still literally fight in the UFC. He definitely has really good genetics. So the next fighter I want to talk about is Rose Namajunas, the former two-time UFC Women's Strawweight Champion. So I'm guessing a lot of people are probably thinking of Rose's hair as soon as I mention the name Rose Namajunas. So Rose Namajunas made her UFC debut in December 2014. And here is how Rose looked at the beginning of her career. So as I said before, obviously the main change about Rose definitely has to be her hair. And then most recently, Rose fought against Erin Blanchfield at UFC Fight Night. So Rose is now fighting at flyweight, so clearly she has packed on quite a bit of muscle. and definition in her frame compared to how she looked at the beginning of her career. But I definitely have to say that Rose Namajunas is so pretty, and with or without hair, she has a really good look. And even though she doesn't have her long pretty hair anymore, she still looks really fabulous. And I also wanted to look into the actual reason why Rose did cut her hair, and I came across this article on TalkSport. And I actually really relate to this article as well. So the headline is, I shaved my hair to avoid beauty pageant with Paige Van Zandt before becoming UFC champion. So she did talk about how in practice her hair was always in the way, which I can totally understand, because as a girl with long hair, when you're trying to exercise, it can be such a pain. She's always having to rinse off and wash her hair, drying it, making it look pretty, doing makeup again, getting ready for interviews. And I think definitely a lot of guys out there don't realize how difficult it is to be a girl. So I totally relate and understand Rose's decision to just get rid of the hair for a while and just focus completely on her training. And that just shows how dedicated she really is to her UFC career. And the thing that matters most to her, similarly to Khabib, is just how well she performs in the octagon and nothing else. But of course, it would be really nice to see Rose back again with her long hair. And I did come across this video where Rose talks about how once she does retire, she would like to go back to feeling pretty and doing her hair and whatnot again. So what do you guys think of Rose Namajunas' transformation? So the next fighter I want to talk about is former bantamweight champion Sugar Sean O'Malley. So Sean O'Malley made his UFC debut in December 2014 at the Ultimate Fighter 26 finale. So here is what Sean O'Malley looked like on his UFC debut, and here is how Sean O'Malley looks now, most recently at Noche UFC for his fight against Merab Dvalishvili. Yeah, Sean O'Malley's hair in 2017, he's always had that big curly, big fluffy hair, but it was pretty much all brown, which I'm thinking is probably Sean O'Malley's natural hair color. But still, as a natural hair color, it's a really nice color. But now, as we know, over the years, everyone is excited just to see what crazy hairstyle and colors Sean O'Malley will go for his next fight. And honestly, in these pictures as well, I have to say Sean O'Malley looks so young. In some of these clips where you can see him a bit closer, he just looks so super young, like he's literally just come out of high school. And as we know now, Sean O'Malley more recently has facial hair, he's got a beard, he's got a mustache, and his hair is like mainly pink, but he does have in all these different kinds of colors in there, which I think the crazy hairstyles is something only Sean O'Malley could pull off. He just has the face for it. And then we have to talk, of course, as well about the tattoos. So in his UFC debut, he did have that big kind of chest piece. I can't find like super detailed pictures to see exactly what Sean O'Malley has added into his tattoo collection there, but clearly he's had more tattoos down the side of his body, and then of course the face tattoos. So I wanted to do a little bit more digging and see exactly what do Sean O'Malley's face tattoos say. So it says here Sean O'Malley has 4 tattoos on his face, and the latest being Champ 2023, which is done in red ink at the top of his hair. And then he's got a crown and then the word sugar. Of course, the Champ 2023 is reference to when he won his bantamweight championship after defeating Aljamain Sterling via a knockout. So I was reading this article in a bit more detail, and I didn't know this before, but Sean O'Malley has a tattoo on his right torso that says "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," which all fight fans should know is an iconic quote from the one and only Muhammad Ali. And I think that's really cool. It makes sense for a fighter like Sean O'Malley, who's known for his incredible knockouts, to have a tattoo that says something like that. As well, he has a 4-leaf clover and the name O'Malley, which is a nod to his Irish roots. And I actually didn't even just realise that, of course, with his surname being O'Malley, he clearly has an Irish link. That could also be a reason why Sean O'Malley has always felt quite inspired by Conor McGregor. So one of the tattoos that Sean O'Malley has, which I think is so cool, is the word breathe in reverse, and it's to remind himself to breathe properly whenever he looks into the mirror. I think that is just so cool. I know that breathing, meditation, all that kind of breath work is really important and crucial in all of Sean O'Malley's fight camps. I came across this post on Instagram which I thought was just so helpful because it literally put all of his hairstyles from 2017 to 2024 in a grid. Let me know in the comments below, out of all the year's hair, which is your favorite Sean O'Malley hairstyle. For me, I think I actually quite like the 2024 hairstyle. I know the mullet hairstyle is really coming back into trend. I've seen so many people on TV and social media of getting that hairstyle done, so the mullet is definitely making a return. So Sean O'Malley had that look for UFC 306, and definitely people are all following along. If there are any other UFC fighters that spring to mind and you'd like me to analyze their physical transformation over the years, please let me know the names in the comments below, and also please don't forget to share and like this video and subscribe to my channel.